welcome to Yoga with Kylie. So this is just a really short flow to get you up and moving in the morning. So let's get straight into it. Come to all fours, spread your fingertips nice and wide. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, bring your knees underneath your hips, and then lightly hug in like you're trying to draw your thumbs towards each other and your knees towards each other. As you inhale, draw the chest forward, lift your sitting bones up high, lengthen through the back of the neck. And then exhale, round and curl. Press the ground away, spread the shoulder blades wide on the back. Inhale, breath, draw the chest forward. Lift the sitting bones up high, keep the belly drawing in. Exhale, breath, tuck and round, spread the shoulder blades wide. Good, inhale, breath, draw the chest forward, start to tuck your toes under as well. Then as you exhale, round and curl and start to sit back towards your heels, but don't let your hips touch the heels. Inhale, breath, draw the chest forward, lift the sitting bones, belly draws in, biceps spin forward. Exhale, round and curl, sit the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, breath, draw the chest forward, lift the sitting bones into our cow. This time as you exhale, tuck and round, sit back towards the heels and just float the knees a couple of centimeters off the floor. Feel the core turn on. Inhale, breath, draw the chest forward, knees come to the earth, biceps spin forward. Exhale, tuck and round, sit back towards the heels, float the knees. One more time. Inhale, draw the chest forward. Exhale, tuck and round, sit back towards the heels, float the knees, hold it there. Keep pressing the ground away, spiral your triceps towards the floor, hug the biceps towards the head. Good, on the next inhale, start to send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good, nice full breath in, press the ground away, try to peel your toes up towards your shins. At the same time, try to press your heels apart as you're exhaling, pressing the thighs back towards the wall behind you. Walk your feet in just a couple of centimeters. Take your right hand and reach for your left ankle or your left shin. And then try to spiral your chest underneath that left armpit. So we start to open out through the spiral line. Good, couple of deep breaths. And then slowly return that right hand to the floor. Take your left hand and grab hold of your left ankle or your left shin. Spiral your torso underneath the right armpit. Keep peeling the sitting bones back, particularly that right sitting bone back. Good, slowly bring your left hand back onto the floor. Step your feet back to your regular downward facing dog. Lift your heels up nice and high. Scoop your sitting bones underneath you. Allow that to ripple you forward all the way into a high plank position. Shoulder blades spread wide. Draw the chin forward. Then tuck the chin to the chest. Press the ground away. Press all the way back. Downward facing dog. 2 more of those. Lift the heels high. Tuck the sitting bones underneath you. Ripple forward. Feel the core engage. That wave effect along the spine. Tuck the chin in, round through the upper back and slowly press back towards the heels. One more time, lift the heels. Ripple yourself forward into your high plank position. This time stay there. Keep pressing the ground away. Hug the shoulders into the sockets. Draw the bottom tips of the shoulder blades towards one another so the center of the chest draws forward. If you need to modify, drop your knees down onto the floor. Otherwise, shift forward to the tips of the toes. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, lower all the way down to your belly. Squeeze your elbows into the sides of your body. When you get to your belly, make sure your hands are underneath your elbows. Bring your feet together, big toes touching, inner thighs rolling to the sky. Draw the belly in, and as you inhale, lift your chest up. Engage the legs and lift your feet up. Shalabhasana. Keep rolling the shoulders back, hugging the elbows in. Feeling your feet elongate back behind you, as far away from you as you can. Good, try to keep the chest elevated. Lower the tops of the feet to the floor. Press into the feet, press into the hands. Rise up to upward facing dog. Tuck the chin to the chest, round up and over the toes. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Nice full exhale out. Extend your right leg high, press out through the heel. As you exhale, bring the knee across to your right elbow, shift forward to a high plank position. Take the knee across to the left elbow, bring it back to the right elbow, and then shoot it back, three-legged down dog. Deep breath in, press the ground away. Exhale, pull the knee into the nose and step the foot between the hands. Turn your back heel to the floor and sweep the arms out for warrior one. You might need to step that left foot out a little bit to really square your pelvis. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling and then sweep that right arm back and round. So this will just help to open out that hip flexor on the left hand side a little bit more. Try to move the right shin forward as you press the outer edge of your back foot to the floor. Ribs drawing in, front body softening to the back body. Good, one more full breath. As you exhale, bring the hand to the floor. Spin the bicep forward, spin the feet to the right. Toe heel the right foot down a little bit and then sweep your right arm towards your left foot. Hug this left shoulder onto the back. Send the hips towards the floor. A little bit of a stretch through the outer hips. And that side line. Good. Lift the hips all the way up. Spin the right hand to the floor. Step back. High plank position. Draw the center of the chest forward. Come to the tips of the toes. Use the knees if you need to modify. Lower down to chaturanga. Keep your shoulders above the elbows. Inhale. Slide to the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. Exhale, roll up and over the toes, downward facing dog. Deep, full breath in. Nice long exhale out. Sweep the left leg high as you inhale, press out through the heel. Exhale breath, bring the knee to the left elbow. Take it across to the right elbow. Back to the left elbow. And then sweep it back, three-legged down dog. Pull the knee into the nose and step it calmly between your hands. Spin your back heel to the floor, sweep the arms to the sky, Virabhadrasana A. Square the pelvis, so really rolling that right hip forward, pulling the left hip back, pressing through the outer edge of your right foot, and then sweep the left arm behind you. Reach up through the right fingertips, soften the ribs. Try to move the left shin forward as you keep pressing through that outer edge of the back foot. One more full breath, reach up. Then exhale, right hand to the floor. Spin the bicep forward, hug the shoulder to the socket, spin the feet to the left, toe heel that left foot halfway down the mat and sink the hips down. Really important to keep hugging the shoulder in so you're not collapsing into the joint. So really drawing it back and down. Good. Inhale, lift the hips up high. Spin that left hand to the floor. Step back, high plank position. Hug the shoulders to the sockets. Draw the center of the chest forward. Come to the tips of the toes. Lower down to chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sweep your right leg to the sky. Stack and open the hip, bend the knee. Squeeze the heel towards your left buttock. Start to open out the hip flexor. Draw the ribs in. Square the pelvis, straighten the leg. And as you exhale, pull the knee into the nose. Step the foot calmly between your hands. Spin your back heel to the floor. Either heel to heel or heel to arch alignment with that back foot. Sweep all the way up, reverse warrior. Right hand is going to come in between your shoulder blades. Your left hand is going to wrap around behind you. And then start to lean back. So you're looking for the side stretch along this lateral line rather than a back bend. So be really mindful to keep your hips and shoulders parallel to the wall. Good. Roll the inseam of that left thigh to the sky. Beautiful. Reach up and over. Reach forward as far as you can. And then either forearm to the thigh or fingertips to the floor. Top arm up and over by the ear. Parsvakonasana, or extended side angle pose. Be careful not to stick the booty out. So really scooping that right sitting bone underneath you, peeling that left hip back and open. Good. Exhale, breath. Bring your left hand to the floor. Spin the bicep forward. Again, spin your feet towards the right. Toe heel the right foot halfway down the mat. Lift the hips away from the floor. Either stay here or you're going to stack your feet, full Vashisthasana. Press the hips forward. Think of rolling that top hip slightly down. And then lift your hips as far away from the floor as you can. Good. Bring the hand to the floor. Either through your vinyasa or push straight back to downward facing dog. Your choice, your practice, your body. Lift your left leg high. Stack and open the hip, bend the knee, scorpion dog. Draw the ribs in. Try to keep your shoulders and your hands equal. So you've got equal weight through the hands, the shoulders are parallel to the floor. Square your pelvis, straighten the leg. And as you exhale, pull the knee into the nose, step the foot in between the hands, spin the back heel to the floor and then windmill up, reverse warrior. So a half Gomukhasana and half bind, and then leaning back, really expanding through this whole left side rib cage with the breath. Knit the ribs in. Take the gaze towards the ceiling. Try to squeeze your feet towards each other. Good, then reach all the way up and over, as far forward as you can first, and then either forearm to the thigh, fingertips to the floor, and top arm reaches up and over by the ear. Pressing your left knee open and scooping your left buttock under. Good, right hand to the floor, spin the bicep forward, spin the feet to the left, toe heel the left foot halfway down the mat. Either modified Vashisthasana or stack your feet, lift your hips away from the floor, hug that right shoulder into the socket, broaden across the collarbones, maybe take the gaze towards the ceiling. Good, bring the hand to the floor, either move through your vinyasa or push it straight back to downward facing dog. Extend your right leg high. As you exhale, pull the knee into the nose and step the foot between the hands. Reach both arms up high. Moving to warrior three. So start to lean forward. Bring the weight to that right foot and lift your left leg up. Now extend all the way to the tippy toes of that left foot. Draw the right hip crease back, roll your left hip to the floor, hug your inner thighs. Keep knitting the front ribs in and lifting those back ribs up. Good, very slowly bend and step back and then snuggle that left knee in behind your right. Come to a seated twist. If you need to, you can extend that bottom leg. Hug the knee in towards the torso. Sit up nice and tall. Then as you exhale, press the knee into your arm and spiral the torso around. Make sure both sitting bones are flat on the floor. And that right foot is pressing into the floor. Good. Slowly unwind. Place the hands down, step yourself back. Sweep that right leg back. Stack and open the hip. Maybe give it a little wiggle if it needs it. Bring it to the floor. Left leg reaches high. Step it forward as you exhale. Both arms reach to the ceiling. Start to lean forward. Transfer the weight to that left leg. Lift your right leg up. Hug the inner thighs. Extend all the way to the tippy toes of the right leg. Keep drawing the left hip crease back this time. Very slowly bend into the left leg, step back, tuck that right knee in behind the left. Come to sit down, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Hug the knee in towards you. Sit up nice and tall as you inhale. Then press the knee into the hand or the forearm to spiral the torso around. You'll feel how the outer hip on that left-hand side starts to turn on as well. Good, carefully unwind. This time just reach your legs forward. Give them a little shake out. And then come to lie down on your back, soles of the feet together, knees flop open. Just take a couple of moments here. Supta Baddha Konasana before you begin your day.